Hey guys, I hope you're having a happy Thursday. This week's video is going to be kind of different because I don't have a particular topic. Honestly, it's been kind of a rough week. So I asked the guides, I didn't even know if I was going to do a video. I was like, if you want me to do a video, you need to let me know the topic, which usually they do. Usually it comes through like a week early or something, but it hadn't this week. In fact, it was kind of hard to hear them because I had so much emotional turmoil going on internally that when it finally became clear, they're like, yep, that's your topic. So I guess that's what I'm going to talk about is this week and I guess the insights I gained from it. But it's been it should have been like a really great week. Like I said, my book hit its anniversary. I did a little sale. It was my anniversary, my 12-year anniversary with my husband. So it should have been an exciting week. And it was. It was. But I was in an emotional place where I couldn't feel it. And I was talking to my family because there's a lot going on outside me and my family unit with my parental units and my siblings. And I had my niece and nephew a lot this week. So that was really weighing down with everything on top of what I have going on. So I was just feeling run down and so burnt out. And I even told him, I'm like, man, I think I'm getting a bit of depression going on. I'm feeling burnt out. And that's kind of where I think it went wrong is even though I was reaching out for them, I think reaching out in a way to try to get them to help me. Not help me, but thinking they could fix it for me. And anyway, it kept getting worse. Things from the past coming up, all these old wounds coming to the surface for me from years, 10, 15, 20 years ago, just coming up and making me angry and sad and resentful. And it went on for days. And I meditate every day. I do my tarot cards every day. My tarot cards and my spirit guides were all they were talking about giving my power away. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? So of course I'd be like, I call it all back. And at the end of the day, I'd be like, I release all negative energy put onto me. And I'm, of course, thinking it's external sources because why wouldn't it be? I mean, I'm getting all this extra stress put on me. No one's listening when I'm saying, hey, I might need some help. With the exception of my husband. My husband took me to get chicken tenders one night because I really wanted chicken tenders. And I cried into my chicken tenders. And so that was he really did try his hardest for me that day. And, a lot of it was extenuating circumstance, the things I was being asked to do or to help out with, it was all they needed someone and I was the one there, and I'm always glad to help. I've been in situations and stuff and I like to be the person. I like to do unto others as I want done to me, And so this isn't to drag anyone or something, because ultimately today when I sat down, my guides were like, you need to journal. And they had been saying that for a while, and I had to go find my journal. And this is kind of where it started to shift for me, because before I'd go and try to talk myself down. We're happy to do this. This is a good situation. And then I guess negative Nancy would come in and be like, no, fuck this. Pardon the language. We don't need this. And I get that in a way. That voice is there for a reason to help set boundaries, and it's not particularly a voice I want in my head. I want to this week I've had issues not finding gratitude, because I can find gratitude everywhere. Like, there's so much to be thankful, but like feeling it, like you can see what you're grateful for, you're grateful for, but feeling it, because like with the feeling of depression and burnout, like there's this heaviness you have to get through. And like I said, I was feeling like I was so in my feels. Like, I just wanted, like I said, it was like the anniversary of my book, but I'm like, man, do I even want to write anymore? I don't feel it. Do I want to keep making videos? Like, I'm like, what do I even want to do? What do I envision for my life? I was feeling so in that cloudiness. But then this morning my guides were like, you need to journal. And I actually had to go look for it because I didn't know where my journal was. Like, I do a lot of different journals. I have like my dream journal. I have my like magic journal where I do like write down my tarots and stuff about herbs. I have art journals, but like I have one like therapy journal where I write my stuff. Anyway, I finally found it. I dug it out, and the last entry was a manifestation letter I did for the new moon. And I just read it, and it's like things started to clear up, because I could finally see, yeah, that's the life I'm creating there. That's what I want. And that helped give me direction, because like before I was going in to write a scathing thing about my circumstances and people in my life. But by reading that like manifestation letter, which I always recommend writing letters to your future, from your future self to yourself, or manifestation letters, because it's, like I said, it's almost like a guidepost to draw you back to what your goals are. But it made me realize like my mindset wasn't because I mean, it was the past creeping up and stuff, but ultimately it was on me. Like when I was getting those cards, I had some affirmation cards that said I am empowered, because they were trying to, remind me. And, all these cards about stepping into my power, don't give my power away. And I realized that's what I had been doing. I had been like sitting so far into a lack mindset, and I think a lot of people think that lack or scarcity mindset is only around wealth. And that's usually what I think about anyways, but then I realized no, I was feeling lack of love, lack of care, lack of consideration, and that's where that mindset was. Because at the end of the day, even if like looking for it from external sources, I'm not saying you shouldn't surround yourself with people who give you care and consideration. And I'm not saying the people around me don't. Even if they were, being in that mindset kind of clouded how I saw things. It changed the perspective. So that's kind of what I'm getting to. But anyway, giving it my power to external sources, expecting them to, help me ease my load, versus turning inside and giving myself the consideration, giving myself the care, giving myself the love that I needed in that moment. It was kind of like the big light bulb that lifted the heaviness. Like, yeah, I can do this for myself, Anyway, that's just kind of like, it's completely shifted. And I think like having that self-evaluation, like journaling and stuff, really just helps so much. I've been looking, I guess, for someone to save me. Is like, even though it's like a weird, like, to say, but I mean, that's the way it was this week, is I was looking for someone else to save me, for someone else to tell me what to do when I needed to be looking inward. So I just thought I'd share that, because maybe someone else is like having some heaviness, and yeah, my guide said journal about it, so maybe that'll help you guys too. Anyway, you guys have a great day. And yeah, I know this video is a little bit different, so if you have an idea for a topic in the next weeks, let me know.